Hello, everybody, and welcome to Graded Point Live. If you are full of soy and you are a pussy, or you're a Pussyanopolis, or you are a pocket pussy, get the fuck out. Everybody else, you are welcome to stay here and with us and help us promote this fine gentleman here, Mr. Michael Beacon. But anybody else, fuck off. How you doing?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm doing good.
So you got a book.
Come in heavy, but goddamn.
Well, had to be said. That's just, and I'm just pointing out that's just the beginning. I got plans. It's gonna be good. Hey, it's Mr. Micah.
Hey,
Micah, if you want, come on in. If you want to jump in, you can come on in.
absolutely.
But yeah.
We gotta promote this man's book first, but
Well, I mean, we could do that
on
through
in.
the show. You know how we are.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Mr. Michael Beacon, 7 Legions. You are, if I'm reading this right, I'm gonna do a quick refresh to make sure I got the right. So I'm looking at $495 away from funding.
395.
390.
So yeah, we're getting close. We can.
You are right. I am an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm doing Cecil math over here. I apologize.
We've got enough high tiers that maybe like 4 people could do it if they if we got enough people who want some original concept art or want to appear in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we 4 people like that could come along and fund it, and whoever gets us over the $3,000 mark, they're getting a free Mogwai.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I'm serious about that.
could you explain the Mogwai thing to us?
I
that's kind of
honestly
irresponsible. Just a little.
I mean,
Adorable. And
they pack pretty well. You just gotta smush them.
Just gotta squish them down a little bit,
Yeah.
No biggie. But go ahead, explain Mogwais. Explain the Mogwai.
Well, I honestly don't know where it began, but it's just it's a joke among war campaigns.
It's who was on? Yeah, I had Murphy on last week, and I started actually doing what Bro does. It's like, tell me what you think of this, and I'll start showing him pictures of things. Yeah, I'm just kind of scrolling through the artwork and all that good stuff. I saw something new that you said you hadn't put that. Have you put that up here? Is it in the updates?
The Prince.
It might have been the Prince.
I have a Carl O'Rowe print that it's if you look in the updates, it'll be the first update. It'll be the newest update.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be the second picture to show up on it.
Oh, okay,
But-
okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Print tier with the oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's
sweet. My goodness.
let's see.
yeah. Sorry, I'm
Uh,
trying to see where you are on the stream, but the stream's a little bit behind. Yeah, he drew the 3 main villains of the sci-fi side of the story, and I gave him the basic description of the characters and the concept art that I did, and he nailed them.
Yeah.
All 3 of them. Just, yeah. So that's gonna be one of the prints you're gonna get right off the bat if you back the print tier or above.
Right.
So yeah, you're getting that one, the samurai battle one with the fire behind them.
Oh yeah,
And you're getting
the one that I will repeat, and I'll say it again. Repeat. John Malin and Ethan Van Sciver could find no fault in this image.
Oh yeah, and then
If that ain't high praise, I don't know what is.
Oh yeah, yeah, and
he said that's
That's-
for the print tier.
Yeah.
if you back the print tier, you'll get 3 prints right off the bat, and more will be unlocked through stretch goals. Which if we reach our goal tonight, then we will be going in demand, and we will have until I go to print to hit the stretch goals, and not only unlock more prints, unlock more posters, more books, and more swag items.
Mhm.
So
See
Yeah.
that's how you sell a higher tier.
Oh, yeah.
Normally I would have just backed. Just give me the book.
Yeah,
But that's a really nice print, and you're promising me more stuff.
yeah. You're
Um,
you're
are
gonna get-
earning my money right
Yeah,
now.
Yeah. Guess what?
You-
Mine too.
you're
Oh.
with the print tier, you're getting up to 6 prints if we fund completely all the stretch goals, and basic tier and anything above basic tier, any book that we fund, you're gonna like all the books that we fund. The first stretch goal is actually issue 3, so it's gonna be a bit of a stretch to get there, but you fund if we fund that stretch goal, everyone's getting issue 3.
Yes.
So, and issue 3 is gonna be awesome. I mean,
Well, you should.
Yeah.
You just got me as a backer. I mean, I just now backed it, and I did it live on stream, so I probably go. My docs is everywhere now.
I just backed it.
So
Sweet.
You just added another
Oh.
$100 to your total.
hell yeah! I actually been taking shots every time someone backs tonight. So,
The 2 shots right now.
yep,
All right, Mike,
sake.
go back it so he can take another shot.
yeah. It's gonna be a good book. You got 3 different options for appearing in the book, and of course, those 3 options come with all the prints, all the books, all the swag items.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you choose the Enemy of the Legions tier, you're gonna die. You're gonna likely die a gruesome death.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose a Soldier of the Legions tier, you get to choose which race you want to appear as. And the Legend tier, you'll be a character of significance in the issue.
Yeah.
Why is it doing that?
You having
What?
You having problems there, son?
Yeah. For some reason, after I logged in, it shows that I backed it, but that's not important.
No,
if I don't get my book, I'll just message you. I know where you live.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
I'll just come to the Discord and say, hey, where's my stuff? I sent money.
You are now at
$280
$2,715.
285, I believe it is, to get this funded.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we could do that with 2 people appearing as soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
1 person choosing the Legend tier. If you're super awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe possibly 2 people being enemies of the Legions, which there's 2 spots for that right now. So
There you go.
yeah.
Mike, if you could you do a thing for the stream? Have you done one?
I should have.
Okay. I'll go retweet that. Okay, Micah retweeted. Cool. Retweeted my tweet.
Sweet.
Who?
That Papa John's pizza that I got hours ago has apparently, I got a message about it at 10:43 p.m. saying it was ready. That I already, but that's okay.
Yeah, I just recently became a delivery driver. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I deliver overpriced bread to rich people. So they tip well.
So you work for the Panera Corporation.
How would you know? No, you're exactly right.
You know,
It's widespread enough that it's not doxing anything. So
I know.
you know, it's
Deliberator.
it's funny. They're where I live. They're getting ready to put in a new Panera bread. It's going to be now. Tell me about this combination, okay? In this area, this is like we have a Sam's Club, right? And in front of the Sam's Clubs are where all these stores are going. Okay, it's going to be a Panera bread, a Popeyes chicken, right? A ice cream place. I forgot the name of it, but it's some chain ice cream place.
Cold Stone Creamery?
No, it's not Cold Stone. We already had one of those, and we couldn't support it because we're a bunch of idiots.
You people don't deserve a Cold Stone Creamery.
and now remember 3 food stores already, right? And you know what the third thing going there is going to be? A vet clinic.
Well, how do you think they're going to supply the food store?
I was going to say it's like I was like,
Just wait for the fucking Chinese shop to
well, it's like I had to get some supplies the other day, and I'm like, this is not a good optic. Micah, hello, sir.
Hello, Sham.
I've heard you have some. I saw a tweet from you earlier. Heard you got some frustrations you would like to talk about.
There's a long video coming out tomorrow that is simply titled Micah Curtis versus Doug TeNapel.
The reckoning.
Oh no.
Is it like actual like street fight footage or?
No, it's me laying into him. And I'm praying to God that he invites me onto his stream because I'll do it straight to his face.
Drop in the chat, World Star.
Hey,
Yes.
you don't take World Star's name in vain.
Well, no. Why would you? But it's good to have you on as well, Micah. We got, of course, we were trying to help, Michael get across the finish line here.
But definitely not across the border.
But not across the border because we want to keep him. We'd like to keep him here.
Well, though crossing a border illegally is how I plan on handling international shipping. So
Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea.
and the cartels have drug mules. I have comic mules.
Well, I told one person who they had like one international backer in Canada, and I think Mike and I told them just carry it to them. Do not try to like ship it because it might take forever. So just get in the car. I think because he lives on the New York border, I said tell him to meet you in Niagara Falls. Just tell him to meet you in Niagara Falls. Y'all can hang out, have some drinks, and you give him his book. I mean, just
Now, it doesn't help that Trudeau insists on hand reading any paper material that comes across the border.
yeah.
I don't know
Before he
why
allows
he
him
wants
through.
to read all that lollipop.
I can't wait to. I was just thinking, I can't wait to see Trudeau reading Inglewood. That would be.
You know, people keep sending Trudeau that copy of Metamorphosis.
You mean Emergence?
Sure, whatever. I don't fucking actually know what it is. I don't care.
So let's we'll leave this up, and I'm gonna refresh it every once in a while. But Micah, what happened today? What's going on, bro?
All right. So I was sitting around. I was on Comicsgate Live yesterday.
I watched that.
Yep. So I'm on there. We're talking about the whole Edwin thing. We were watching his stream live, where he was, make no bones about it, getting ready to publicly shame Kelsey Shannon for simply uttering the sentence "I like pussy."
The
Now-
man, the absolute cur.
Yeah. How dare he be a straight man who enjoys vagina? What the hell's wrong with him?
Yeah.
But no, Edwin, not being exactly the world-class intellect that he thinks he is, thought that this was a dig at George Alexopoulos, who has now been named Pussynopolis by War Campaign, if I recall correctly. Roe came up with that one. Hail Roe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fairly clever because George is kind of a pussy. So Edwin decides to white knight for George and decides to pick a target. Well, if he picks War Campaign, and this is just my thoughts on it, if he picks War Campaign, they're not going to care because they're perfectly fine with Edwin being angry at him. He basically lied about the Mike Murphy situation to try to destroy them and so on and so forth. So they don't care, But Kelsey Shannon's a pretty easy target considering he's got something to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And Edwin might like to act like that's not the what's going on there, but it is. This is not the kind of guy who, is gonna. He's a piece of shit. Like seriously.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit. And the gall of him to go live. He said that he tried to talk with the Brightweisters about it, but he was heated. But then starts a live stream about it the day after because I wanted to sleep on it. What if you wanted to sleep on it before having a conversation? Why are you doing a live stream first?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like who are you trying to fool? You dork.
There was a comment that I don't know if you follow Liam Gray on YouTube. He did a live stream earlier today, and I was listening to it while driving through South Carolina. Anyway, and he made a good point, and he said basically he ended his stream on this, where in the comments, and Micah, we both seen the same screenshot of the comments that Mitch and Elizabeth were saying during the stream, and Mitch said, "You could have got on the phone and talked to me like a man." I'm like,
Now, one thing in the interest of fairness is I don't think that Mitch and Kelsey handled it the way that they should have afterwards.
No, I don't.
I
don't
think-
agree with you. I mean, I agree with you. I don't think they did. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is one thing I will say. I don't think that people should stop backing anything that Mitch is doing business-wise because of that. It's a mistake, but
I don't know if you
thinks
saw
that this is a
saw his stream today, but as far as he said, he did a big mea culpa on yesterday's stream about the way he acted with the chat and everything like that. He said that wasn't right. So he said as far as chat goes, he's scaling it way back. Basically, it's like what any of us would have in our chats. No racism. No don't go out of your way to try to pick on somebody, kind of thing. But other than that, whatever.
It's standard stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes right down to it, though, I think that they should have exposed the people who are going after Kelsey. But then again, on the flip side, he's not me. He's not Ethan. He's not John Malin. He's not one of these kind of guys that doesn't give a shit and will just throw your name out to the wind and then let sunlight be the disinfectant that it is.
Yeah.
I understand he wants to get back to business, but some of these people are not going to let him go back to business. And Edwin is definitely one of those people who will not let that happen.
Right.
So with that, Doug TenNapel does a video, released it today, called "The Last Man on the Dog Pile," which is a good way to describe Doug, I think. But he basically tried to say that, first, at the end of it, he tried to say that Ethan is responsible for any dogpiling happening to Kelsey. And I'm like, how the hell did you come to that conclusion?
Yeah.
Not through any sort of actual rational thought, that is for sure. And then on top of that, like the whole thing, he lies about the way that Mike S. Miller has been acting. He lies about how Edwin is acting, literally tried to portray Edwin as just some guy who is a veteran and really likes comic books. Tell that to Mike Murphy. Tell that to me, and we'll both tell you you're an idiot. Like, it's not fun to look at his Twitter and then see your book being promoted next to like an anti-Semite like John De La Rose and a fucking white nationalist like Vox Day. That does not put me in a good position.
Right.
And that's the exact reason why I wanted off of IndieCron. I had that rant on here already, but the simple fact that Doug TenNapel would call himself an honest man and a Christian and all this other stuff, and then just flat out freaking lie about these things is beyond disgusting to me. And I'm like, how? And this is one thing I really don't get, because some of my own fans have told me, it's like, Micah, don't get into the drama. Micah, don't say this. Like, I can't not, because this is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, I can't expect Ethan to call everything out that's going on in the world.
Right.
And I shouldn't, and nobody should expect it. Like, it's okay for him to do it, or John Malin, but I shouldn't say anything. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Like, I've made it pretty obvious from the get-go. I don't tell people like, oh, if I'm mad at somebody, you shouldn't buy their book. It's not about that. It's about a bigger problem that is affecting all of us. And that is that there's a ton of lies going around, and if you do not check those lies with truth, then it's only going to get worse, and that's going to be the factor that drives people away from what you're trying to promote, as opposed to being not being honest about it and not confronting it.
Right.
If somebody were to let's say that Inglewood was not an Indiegogo campaign, it was a comic book shop that sold just that comic, and then somebody went onto the side of my building and I had security footage of Doug TenNapel spray painting the words anti-Christian across the side of my building. How could I not respond to that? You know, I would have to be an idiot not to.
Exactly.
And this is something that I find ridiculous because he sits there and says like War Campaign is anti-Christian. No, they're not. I went on their show and talked about Jesus. The show is still up. They like me quite a bit, it seems. Like more people in War Campaign liked me after that than beforehand. And then when I was on Ethan's show, I quoted scripture, showed off my tattoo, professed the fact that I'm a Christian when people were saying I would never do it. So you've got Doug TeNaples' narrative, and then you have my actions.
Mm-hmm.
I think that what I've done speaks louder than his nonsense, or at least I hope it will.
Yeah.
Because this is getting ridiculous. I'm not going to sit here and have this guy who claims to be a Christian, claims to be my brother, to going out there and slandering people as being anti-Christian when they're not.
Yeah.
Not to mention, and here's another thing, because you remember the stream that Nick Rekieta had where he had Ethan and Doug on there, right? Doug talked about how he knew Andrew Breitbart, one of the most well-known conservative political figures of the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So he's had Jack Posobiec, on his stream.
Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Posobiec has said some pretty anti-Semitic shit before. He's put the 1488 on his Twitter before. He's, said the 14 words loud and proud before it was politically inconvenient for him to do so. He was spotted, I think it was either last year or the year before, with 2 neo-Nazis filming a documentary about the whole Seth Rich thing. It's like, if Andrew Breitbart were still alive, he would come to your house and he'd slap you in the fucking head.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious, Doug?
Yeah.
And the next thing, and here's the thing. So here's a bit of inside baseball, because you guys know I've been, ever since the start of Comicsgate, I've been just about everywhere. The only channel I haven't been on yet is, aside from Mike and Edwin's stuff, is John Malin's. And ever since it started, I've been everywhere talking about Comicsgate. And one thing that one group that I talked to early on were the vocal conservatives that were in the movement, like Tim Lim, like Brett Smith, and so on and so forth. They were the ones who had actually suggested, when John De La Rose had that issue with Worldcon, to have a talk with him. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, if these guys are whispering in Doug TeNaples' ear, how long is it going to be until John De La Rose or Vox Day is on the Doug show?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that having them on there, it makes you an anti-Semite or anything. So I don't think, because Ethan had Vox Day on, mostly for laughs. And Nick Rekieta has too. But I don't see Nick echoing the same stuff that they do.
He's got
he's the interviewer. That's what he does.
Vox has a nice chair, though. Give him that.
Yeah, it's half as good as mine.
Well, yeah.
But I'll give him that. But then again, the same could be. I'd say the same about his writing skills, but no, that's not even close. He's maybe about like an 8th as good as mine.
Mm-hmm. I'll take a quick pause. I'm gonna do my War Campaign impression here. Michael, I don't know if you're looking at the stream or not, but what do you think of this, brother?
I think I see Ro.
Yep, Rose, the security guard at the jail. Yep, that's
I believe that is a cybernetic iguana. I think
that's Iguanatron. He got put in jail because he was chasing he too much property damage. Iguanatron's a big boy, and he just causes too much property damage when he's trying to, save the world. This is the methed out Terminator that he was chasing in the behind the thing. This is his girlfriend.
There's lore.
Yeah.
I think I see a sad, pitiful man at the end of his rope peeking over the edge of a table.
Yeah. There's somebody. I think he's in for drug crimes.
Nobody's there to visit him.
Yeah, I think he's in there for drug crimes. In fact, okay, yeah.
Not white drugs.
No, not white drugs. Definitely not white drugs. Never would there be white drugs. I'm just glad that Rose there to hold it down. He's just like make sure nobody steps out of line. See, that's why Iguanatron's separate from the other two, because these are drug crimes, and he's over here. It's just property damage. He's trying to get out. He's pleading his case. And if you look down here, this is Robotoad. Definitely, wouldn't in no way, shape, or form related to Cyberfrog or Salamandroid. Just let you know, in no way, shape, or form. These are original characters.
Please don't steal.
Yeah, don't steal. By our very own.
Don't steal.
Yeah, as you can see from Ethan Van Scrabbles, our fine creator.
Everyone loves Ethan Van Scrabbles comics.
I like that. We're just making Ethan Van Scrabbles the villain that everybody wants Ethan to be.
Ethan, what do you think about all this?
Yeah.
That's probably the best Ethan impression
Diabolical.
I've ever heard. Yeah.
Absolutely diabolical.
I mean, he figured it all out. But yeah, I had to put a little brevity on there so everybody could get a little laugh in there. But Micah, one thing I noticed, and this was brought to my attention. Of course, this is all apparently. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who the quote blackmailer is. I have a feeling I do, from some things I've heard, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't know. I don't. I'm not one to go off half cocked. I learned. All of us have been through. Most of us here have been through Gamergate. No, you don't go off with information that's not verified.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust but verify.
Trust but verify, exactly. But one thing I do know that I can speak on is one of the subjects of this whole situation that was brought to my attention recently, and that's why I'm having some conundrums, is Mr. George Pussianopoulos. I'm going to call him that from now on because I just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm seeing screenshots. People are, as they do. People are making fun of the Renfamouses and Chrissies and all their people, right?
Yeah.
People that deserve it.
And I see him just palling around, having a good time with them. No big deal, all good. I take particular issue with that because Renfamous and Chrissy and their little group or whatever you want to call them spent the better part of a week back in December going after Piper.
Mm-hmm.
All because Piper said that basically that Gail Simone was only pretending that she was upset about what what's his name? That guy, the guy who was doing Border Town. I forgot his name now. But he was found to be a
the
creep.
wife beater, yeah.
Yeah, he's found to be a creep. Yeah. And and she just, Piper was saying basically, she was just pretending to be upset about it because that's just the way Gail is. And of course,
Yeah.
they lit it, 5 days solid of just constant going after Piper, which is what they do. They swarm. We know about the swarm. We did a 3-hour stream on these people, pointing out how Piper was right. How, Gail says, I don't even know him. And of course we got, project after project where she had worked with him. She had talked to them, in interviews and things like that. So it was all lies. She knew exactly who the fuck he was,
Oh, yeah.
And of course who cares about facts, right? Just keep, let's keep on pressing. Which was funny is that's where the joke came from that Piper's show. Because apparently Piper was on that show by herself. Nobody else was there. Even though I was
What was it, 2 viewers is what they said?
Yeah, he said they were with no, they said they're with their 20 viewers, but it topped out at 30 because they were watching, right? So it's thanks for the views, guys. Appreciate it. And of course, Ren, she, as she is to exaggerate things, she said they spent 3 hours talking about how fat I am. I'm like, no, I said about for 2 or 3 minutes we said that you were a fat waste of space and that your eyebrows look like caterpillars. That was it. So yeah, I have a real problem with somebody like George, who I've platformed on my channel, on this channel. Excuse, I shouldn't say my channel, but on this channel.
Huh.
And now he's palling around with the people who have harassed one of my co-hosts.
I'm personally shocked because he seemed like such a nice boy.
That seems to be his gimmick.
This gets even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this whole thing that bugs the fuck out of me, of the whole idea that everybody who is OG CG, like the original guys who were the name YouTubers. You know, you had of course your boy Captain Cummings, myself, and the other one that is usually named is Doug Ernst.
Mm-hmm.
Take a wild guess who was just on Doug's show and who one of his moderators now is on his channel.
Doug Ernst?
No, Doug Ernst brought Rumble Terrier on as a mod for him,
Oh god.
and he had George on to. I'm assuming bash Ethan. I haven't watched the stream yet.
Okay, can I stop you for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
This motherfucker chose the name Rumble Terrier.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fucking toy dog that has the shits.
well, he tends to shit out of his mouth all the time, so you're not wrong.
Okay.
I think he's like the only person I have muted just because he's so annoying.
Oh, I thought we were getting along, but if you say that about me, wow.
No, he didn't say Raptro.
I said Rumble.
Yeah, a lot of people have Rumble muted.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
he's legit crazy. He tweets something like over 100 times a day.
Duh.
Yeah, before I went on War Campaign, man, he tried to tell me I was going on to the stream with a bunch of doxers, and he had the receipts, and he sends me copies of DMs that have nobody's dox in them or anything about doxing, except like a joke.
Right.
And I'm like, you're a fucking psycho.
Mm-hmm. Like, you're a psycho, leave me alone. Right?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And their receipts are like so weak sauce. Because the receipts, it's all out of context. It's all out of context garbage. Right? Mm-hmm. Like when Eddie the meth, but he doesn't do white drugs. Just letting you know, not white drugs. When he played, I think, Mike, you might remember when he played the damning recording.
Yeah.
You remember that?
See, like,
yeah,
I remember because like I was that tribunal. I was actually listening to that. That was around the time that was coming around on War Campaign because like before then, I actually thought that they were as bad as people were saying.
Yeah,
and then like I had gone into their Discord and was like talking to them for a while. Like after I sort of realized the other side had no receipts, and I listened to that. It's like, wow, these guys are actually like letting everyone with an opinion share their opinion, no matter how much they disagree with it. They're all just like hashing out their differences and finding out what the truth is. Mm-hmm. It's like this isn't some hive mind. This isn't some like dog pile. They're actually trying to figure out what's going on.
Right.
Like that was another part of like me changing my opinion on War Campaign to where
it's funny. I've seen a lot of that lately. I don't know if anybody here knows A Man in Lunacy. He was pretty anti-War Campaign.
Who you were cutting out there?
I'm sorry. His handle is A Man in Lunacy.
Oh yeah, he's in the chat.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about him. Nothing bad, I promise. But I remember he was not very keen on War Campaign. I'm not gonna say he was anti, but not keen on him. And it's kind of like y'all, like you said, the more you interact with them, the more you see, you're like, oh, this is, just not too bad. I mean, actually, they're okay.
That said, if you get to know War Campaign, you're still not keen on them. That's your business. But
that's right. I don't care who you don't like. Right? I don't give a shit.
At least then it comes from a different place. Hate somebody, but hate them honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think all of us here would agree if somebody, using George for an example, if George didn't like Ethan, fair enough. You don't like Ethan. Whatever. But to be so incessantly about it and then making shit up, like Ethan is sending himself super chats.
For
That
what?
still bugs me.
Like I say to flat earthers, to what end?
Yeah.
A loss in money?
Oof.
I just want to give. Hey, I just felt like giving 30% of my money to YouTube this week. I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's so bad even Sally laughed.
Yeah, even the cat's like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, I'm showing a
Yep.
on stream. Just want to let everybody know I'm showing a nice picture, nice Michael Beacon original.
Yeah, it was like a 5-minute shitty drawing.
Yeah, you should include this as a tier.
Yeah. It'll be a poster.
It is a sheep who is standing on the corpse of another sheep, and I'm guessing is that a dog that's wringing its neck?
Yeah, wolf.
A wolf, the wolf
Yeah.
that's wringing its neck, and it says, "Way to go, Fwyn. Now that he's gone, I'm all safe." And of course, the wolf is eyeing the sheep, right? And it goes, "Anti SJWs. Yes, they are this retarded." This is not untrue.
No, it really isn't.
And now I'm going to put this on there because got another. It seems that Cocaine Terminator and Meth One broke out of jail.
Oh, they're on the lamb.
No, they're not just on the lamb. They're getting ready to get hit up.
No, you're mistaken.
What
They're
a
on the
face.
sheep.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's what they call instead of calling it's not white drugs. It's the sheep. Now I want to know where did the whole white drugs thing come from? Does anybody know the origin of that one?
I think it revolves around the fact that only white people can afford coke
Oh,
and heroin
I
usually.
don't know about that. But that's funny.
Other than that, I don't know.
Um,
That's my guess from hearing it.
Only white people buy uppers.
I mean, I guess I don't know, but it's just the fact it says not white drugs. It's like if it was something that Edwin says, I don't do white drugs. It's like, well, what do you do?
Well, technically, heroin is brown, so I guess we have our answer.
There you go. Yeah. Get a little get that quick hit.
Actually,
Maybe that's why you rarely see his arms on camera. He's always like leaning in and out constantly, so you can barely ever see his face.
Does that, Micah? I'm not I don't do like visual, stream as far as like my showing my face and stuff like that. But you do. Does it bug you that somebody like that like constantly dips his head down and gets in all close to the mic and
Well, the part of me that worked in sales and security for the longest time, both of which, oddly enough, face to face, you have to be good at reading body language. That's usually like the first sign, in my opinion, of a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Is somebody who will not look you in the eyes, and he just will If you notice, anytime he says something that's a tell of his, he'd be a terrible poker player. Is anytime he's not telling the truth, he looks away.
Mm-hmm.
He's not looking at the camera.
And also notice when he gets really upset, he starts brushing his hair a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
he'd be the worst poker player.
but he'd be a very pretty girl.
That's the thing.
I think my favorite meme of him is where it's got him and Mike superimposed over like the Satan and the mutated baby. And you got Ethan as Jesus. You're in quite a pickle, Mike. You're in quite a pickle, Ethan.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, when Ethan said that the other day, I'm like, what the? Huh? Who would say that? I'll say, so the whole pickle thing, that was, trying to remember what that was referenced to, because I was traveling when I heard it.
It was after the whole Mike doing the whole pride is a sin thing and basically taking a dig at gay fans.
Oh, yeah. And, because, and he was like, you seem like you're in a pickle, Ethan. Like, God, get out of here. You. But yeah, speaking of, I just remembered my man in Lunacy. He was in Smiller's chat the other night with the last drawn and quartered happened where everything went crazy.
Yeah.
I already bought my Mogwai, by the way, Lunacy. I did it earlier.
The Mogwai is purchased. I'm ready to feed it.
Yeah. I'm going to feed it after midnight. I'm going to do it. But he got banned for saying vote Miller. He was actually trying to get people to vote for Miller. I am just sick of the fighting going down on all sides. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. Totally understandable. But, like I said, you can love and hate War Campaign anyway. I don't care. That's your prerogative. That's anybody's prerogative. You don't have to like anybody. You like the book and back the project that you care about. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But when somebody, and right now, the only person who had admittedly went to somebody and tried to, quote, get them in trouble was Edwin when he contacted Mitch about Kelsey, who knows? Like I said, I don't know the context. I'm guessing. This is my guess. Kelsey probably, from what I understand, Kelsey didn't say this on stream. He said it in the stream chat, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he probably come in and they were talking about Pussyonopolis, and that's when he said, "I love pussy." Holy crap! A grown man, a grown testosterone-filled man. Like I don't think Kelsey's lacking for testosterone. In all honesty, he's a very rugged-looking mountain man.
So he's got more of a beard than I do, and that's saying something.
Yeah, he can. I'll put it this way. Hey Mike, his beard actually connects.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could, I'd like to waste about 5 to 6 seconds of your time.
Mm-hmm.
I love pussy. Pussy loves me. Why can't I get that shit for free? Thank you.
Well, now we know who's never going to be working for Allegiance Arts now, according to.
Oh God, can you hear that now? I was watching a live stream the other night. Okay, and one of the co-hosts, Drunk Johnny 5, he was singing a song about liking. Now, excuse me for saying this. If there's any young ears in the audience, excuse me for saying this. That I like pussy and pussy likes me.
Wait, doesn't him saying that put him in a fallacy loop because he's now said it, and he now has to like.
Let alone know what it means.
You're thinking
He
about
probably
it.
thinks something about dicks.
Does the Christ spot like start freaking out because it's like in a fucking paradox?
You're thinking about it.
Yeah.
No, I just want to imagine like a robot that can only quote Bible scriptures, like smoke coming out of it. That's John 3:16, kill. So somebody get on that, by the way.
Okay. I'm looking at another chat that I'm in, and it says that EVS just said he's making a video about Doug to Naples. So looks like we're going to have a twofer tomorrow.
oh Lord.
So
See some interesting things on Indiegogo. John Delarose got a campaign where he's announcing himself as the founder of Comicsgate.
yeah, he's been doing that for a while, which is bullshit. I think Michael would agree with that. That's
John Delarose is a fucking grifter and a manlet. And John, if you ever want to prove me wrong, get a boxing license. We'll hash it out.
or better yet, just to get a tape measure. Come on, you
It's
could.
pretty well proven that I'm 6'2" and huge. Let's see where you're at, pal.
Yeah, let's do that, Ethan Ralph. Let's do it. Come on, see how tall you are. pull the measuring
Michael
tape
wanted to
out.
weigh
Let's do
in.
it. Have you ever been so mad online that when people are calling you a manlet, that you actually measure yourself and try to prove them wrong?
no.
But while trying to prove them wrong, prove them right.
Should have done this before you went on the air.
Yeah.
But again, that would take the ability to think about it.
Yeah. Well, one of the I remember because you know who started the whole like Mike Miller is a manlet thing, right? It was me.
No clue.
It was me.
Oh.
I was in his chat and I started because he mentioned something about him being like 5'6", 5'7". I was like, oh, you're a manlet. I said it's not your fault. I mean, you can't help that you can't ride on all the rides at Disneyland. I mean,
Exactly.
it was all in good fun. I wasn't trying to. I even said like this is when Mike was still sane, right? I even told him, I said like I'm going to tease you a lot, but I will not do it during cross examinations because that's your Bible study time. I wouldn't do that, and because out of respect, right?
Yeah.
One time, I think he was actually because the whole chat was getting in on it. Everybody was calling him short, and a manlet, and I think because he had Malin on, and Malin was like teasing him too, and he said something about like, all right, just time out. He said like only members and super chats can call me short, and so I super chatted him like $2, and I said, you think I won't pay $2 to call you a manlet? You don't know me.
But yeah, they're like the funny thing like with me is like there's actually a photo I think that's going to be uploaded onto the Honey Badgers website of me shaking Tommy Sotomayor's hand, and I literally tower over him, and he's about like 5'9", and it's just kind of funny because Hatman's like, who was it that your hand was just shaking? I'm like, that was Tommy Sotomayor, and he goes, I thought he was bigger than that. I'm like, yeah, isn't he a little short for a men's rights activist?
Yeah, you think like seeing Tommy's videos, you think he'd be like 6'2", 6'3". I mean, just
Oh no, he's about 5'9". Okay. Sargon's short too compared to me. The only person there that was like bigger than me, well, taller, not like had poor guy, he doesn't have a lot of muscle on him. I'm sorry, I'm making fun of the quartering, but he is taller than I am, but he's not. He's got a he could hit the gym a couple times. It'd probably help.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I think if he hits the gym, it'll collapse.
Okay, somebody, I think Michael's go ahead.
One quick point: we are now $150 away from Seven Legions being completely funded.
There you go, buddy.
I'm going to take a shot right now.
Get that refresh. Yep. Well, yep. $2,850. Let's go. We got 4 hours left to get this funded.
One backer.
Yeah.
Backing the Soldier of the Seven Legions tier could get this funded now.
One backer at that.
And you will get a free Mogwai. You will get a free Mogwai if you get this funded right now.
Goddamn Mogwai. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Free Mogwai. I am serious about that. I am looking at the eBay page right now.
And we will not let Michael Beacon go.
Yeah.
Hostage.
Oh, yeah.
He can't leave.
I am blinking furiously right now.
You'll answer to our demands. You have 24 hours. Is that too long?
So what that, I mean that's the thing. It's like Medicare. Now remember, when I say Medicare, I don't mean like Mr. Medicare. He's not in the chat, but maybe one day. He said, I'm honestly worried about Edwin. I think he's been suffering some kind of breakdown ever since he was swatted. He needs to unplug from the internet and get some help. I see. The thing is, he seemed, I don't know, after the swatting, which I think anybody would admit that would be a traumatic thing to have to go through, right?
Yeah.
He seemed okay. I mean, honestly, relatively speaking, how okay can you be after, police point guns at you? And even I said, I was on the stream the night before he went crazy, right? Before, the whole ranting is like, this will not stand. I will not have it. I was like, what happened? What happened last night? Because the night before, he literally had a Festivus stream. Come and air your grievances about war campaign, right? Did anybody come on and air your grievances? No. I mean, the only people who came on was like me and Tug and Wanger, and then some war campaign guys. And I think Serena Sketches was there, and then he invited in Sketch, which I think I can all kind of figure where that went. But it seemed fine.
I'm not too familiar with Sketch. What's his deal? Well, I know that he's a veteran. He's got some mental issues.
Sketch is some very
post-traumatic stuff.
Yeah, he's a very intense individual when it comes to that. Like, he has issues with trust And I don't know if it came from it seems like from the way he describes it, it actually got worse after the incident, after what happened to him in the military, right?
Right.
Like, for me and you, it's like, okay, when Doug, because he was one of the backers who didn't get his art book, right?
Yeah.
And of course, if you ever see him in a stream with, talking about Doug, of course, he always says that, which, whereas me and you and like us would be like, that sucks that, I didn't get my art book, but Doug did give me a refund, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I might not like it. It might not be the best outcome that I wanted. I could still criticize Doug. Probably wouldn't back him again, but I would just like, okay, well, it's whatever. I just won't do the business with the man anymore, right?
Yeah.
Somebody like Sketch sees it as a breach of trust. Like I entered into a contract with you as a man that you would, I gave you something to give me product. And then you only gave me half the product. And then when I asked for the product, he said, I don't want my money. I want my product. Right. Yeah. And when Doug didn't do that and even outright refused to do it, that was a breach. That was a breach of trust.
Good on him for such a principled stand. It's a weird hill to die on.
Well, he's got that, like, God bless him. He accused me of like being with the Rags team. And I can't stand those guys.
Oh my god!
Do you guys want a fun medical fact?
Sure.
Syphilis, when left untreated in the human body, can affect the brain, becoming something called neural. One of the most, high-profile cases of this was Al Capone.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta take off. Ethan's asking me to pop into his stream.
No worries.
All right,
I'll get you guys later.
All right, we appreciate your time, Micah. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Anywho, yeah, syphilis can affect the brain, and Al Capone was affected by it, and it affected him so much that he became a complete blathering idiot and a psychopath.
You think that's what happened to Edwin?
Oh no, I think this is completely and totally unrelated, and why would I say anything like
You think Method's been doing more with those dildos than what he says?
I think cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It reminds me of fucking Ed O'Neill in the Wayne's World movies, where randomly the camera's on his face, he's just giving like weird, fucked up facts.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know if you slit a man's throat in the dead of winter, steam will rise up from the hole in his neck? The Indians used to believe that it was his soul trying to escape from his body.
Yep. Did you know there's a high risk rate of contracting syphilis if you use cocaine?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not that this is related to Edwin in any way, shape, or form again.
Yeah.
Just fun medical facts.
Not that I'm saying this has anything to do with anything. I mean, here's a picture of
These
him
are
in the.
purely fun medical facts.
Yeah. I mean, it just so happens here's a picture of him in the methanator.
Don't they have that new super syphilis that they cannot treat?
Yes. Also mega gonorrhea.
Mega gonorrhea. Damn it.
I legitimately shit you not. It exists.
That's hilarious.
Do you see a
Super
mecha
Sith
gonorrhea?
versus mega gonorrhea.
I got mega gonorrhea.
Sci-fi pictures.
God, mecha gonorrhea would be the worst.
I keep getting these pustules on my genitals, but they're made out of nuts and bolts. It's
nuts.
god. It's Tetsuo
nuts.
the Iron Man. There's a fucking deep cut for you.
Oh Jesus! Oh God, that was such a weird, fucking, terrifying movie. I need to watch it in its entirety. All I know of it is this one fucking clip from. They made it into an FMV for a song called Machine Gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty good.
But you haven't seen the whole movie Akira?
Yeah.
I have seen all of Akira. Yes.
Okay.
I was going for a deeper cut though.
You're not
Just,
getting
to
it.
catch all these glow in the darks in the chat off guard. Happy Spook Month.
No Piper tonight. Yeah, I apologize. She's going through some stuff. She will. You check her check her Twitter account. She goes through what she's dealing with right now.
Yeah. Definitely send her some good vibes. She'd probably appreciate that.
Amanda Lunacy says in the chat, I knew not to trust the Rags guys because of Gamergate. The chick that they based Rags on was a GG grifter. Mike,
Which one?
do we know anything about that?
Oh.
No, I didn't.
I would think we would know something about that.
I think I might have missed that end because like toward the end I was starting to fade
Amazon
out. a bit.
Prime?
No. That was catfishing. That was a different thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forget there's two different mics here. Apologies.
Oh yeah. Finnegan.
Yeah.
It is Finnegan.
Well, I will to this day. I curse you know who for deleting all of that.
You know, I don't trust Rags because
Me
the main
too.
character's name is Roz. It's literally one letter away from being Rags.
Yeah.
If you're gonna come up with something that fucking like dumb,
Mm-hmm.
go full dumb. Like
Why wasn't she a Polish woman by the name of like Elizabeth Ragnowski?
Mm-hmm.
At least then there'd be a reason why she's called Rags, other than the fact that that's all he seems to dress her in. Fucking. Oh my god.
And then of course there's a self-insert character.
Oh yeah, of course.
Can't forget that.
I forgot who. Somebody made a. Oh look, here's a. I'm just going through the art on the front page, and
Okay.
there's your Pablo Romero. Yeah. Screw you,
Yeah,
Pablo. Screw you, Pablo. I love you, Pablo, but screw you.
Yeah, it's kind of funny on that print. There's a little bit of a hidden message there. I came up with the written language for the story, and only the artist I'm working with will have the full guide to it.
Mm-hmm.
But he hid a little word in there. It spells out "crafty woman" in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, very, very clever there because
Double
That-
cipher.
Is it near the?
Yeah.
Is it near the nose?
yep,
Yeah, I can see
it's
it.
spelled.
Yeah.
It says Pajara, so or Pahara, whatever one it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's
He's got time to draw fighter planes, but he can't draw a submarine. Let's see how it is. See how it is.
yeah, I hear Ethan Van Scrobbles is working on a new thing called Towels with Let Rent Hurt and Brain Ball.
Your ninja ladies are well endowed, by the way.
Oh yes.
That's a bonus, by the
Oh.
way. That's a
Zoom
I'll
and
have to-
enhance.
I'll have to show you the original concept art I have of them.
Oh no.
Will this get us kicked off the internet?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
You
Maybe
have
a
some
little.
that will?
It's funny. I don't know if anybody caught the stream. I think it was him. I think it was Ethan and Malin were talking about. There's this guy who's like, I guess he's an artist. He's was kind of big in the mainstream, and he's doing his own project. I think the guy doing Garbage Man. Can't think of his name right now. But he does his video, and the first thing he says, some of you may be asking who is, and he says his name, and then Ethan pauses the video. He says nobody cares. He says you're my friend. He said you're a friend of mine, but nobody really cares who you are. We don't care about you doing this and this and that. We want to know about Garbage Man. We don't care about. So Xavier, keep that in mind when we do the Midnight Cowboy. Nobody cares about us. They just want to be. They would. Well, I mean, I think we proved that when we announced the damn thing. For 3 weeks, people were talking about fucking Carl.
They're sending us fucking Carl artwork.
Yeah, and it kept shipping Carl with Beacon every time. Carl is the main. I guess really he is the main protagonist in our submarine book because he's the submarine. But every time we had a creator on, somebody would ask in the chat, "So when's Carl and that character going to do something together?" I'm like, can we get the book produced first and then worry about crossovers? I mean, yeah, I would love to do a Carl and Seven Legions.
Yeah.
I love to do that crossover. Yeah, don't
Well, they're
feudal ninjas.
So wait,
and
you're all just like bird people, and you guys got wings. The fuck are you doing here with me?
yeah, don't your feudal ninjas and samurai and angel people? Don't y'all need a submarine to pal around with?
well, there are living starships that are basically space krakens. Maybe they could get along with Carl.
Yeah. Well, see, I already had like an
Sense-
idea. I already had one great idea. I don't know if you did you get the first Graveyard Shift?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so you know the story with Graveyard Shift, so you know about like the characters and their base and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
I remember Malin was describing it. And he was describing what he called the base Castle Dracula. And he said how it was like it was sentient, right, and it could transfer to different worlds and things like that.
Yeah.
So I already thought of like a great way that I could put Carl into this. Basically, they have to come to that world. Carl, by the way, is not a mere submarine. He can later on, spoilers. Later on, he adapts and gets different abilities. One of those is he can be a hover. No, he can be like he's basically a helicarrier, but instead of a carrier, he's a submarine.
He thinks it's stupid.
Yeah, he thinks it's stupid. Why would a submarine need to fly? And of course, his biggest thing is, so why am I still a submarine? But
Hey, you got tank treads, and he was happy. He's like, well, what more do I need?
yeah. We never told Michael about Midnight Cowboy. We should tell him about that. In fact,
Yeah.
we'll do that in a minute. But the whole story is like he's flying along with his crew and everything, and it's like a nice day. And he said, nothing. He said everything's great, nothing could go wrong. And then Castle Dracula appears in front of him, and he runs into it and gets stuck. He's like, son of a bitch. What's going on? I don't know, but these universal monsters are trying to kill me.
The fuck? Did I crash into a theme park?
Yeah, probably. That's what he would say. But no, the book would be called Midnight Cowboy, right? And we've already pitched this, so don't think about stealing our idea. And the basic premise is, think of Knight Rider, but a submarine, and the super AI that controls the submarine is also very depressed and suicidal.
There it is.
Yep.
Micah Curtis isn't in Ethan Van Shriver's chat. I'm trying to convince him by just constantly spamming the chat to show the picture of the Methanator and
Get him to plug 7 Legions.
yeah, do that.
Get him to ask when Ethan's coming on our show, like he promised he would.
High Noon Cowgirl. A happy-go-lucky cowgirl befriends a transforming tank.
What the hell? Mike, did you just pitch a book and not...
I'm on that MSG fam.
You just pitched a book and it's great. It's like that's like one of the better ideas I've heard in a while. There's this book out. What's it called? Six Gun Gorilla.
Yeah, that looks good.
That looks really good.
I hope it's still funding because around the time it started funding, I was like in the hole with money. So
it's
I'm getting back to it.
Yeah, it's in demand now. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
Gorilla Maximus, a magical gorilla who was trained by the Roman legions to take over Earth but fell asleep.
Okay, it wasn't that. No, it was about a gorilla who was adopted by like this circus people, and they treated him good, and they taught him how to like shoot 6 guns, like for tricks and stuff. And the circus owner ends up getting murdered, and so does I think the girl who like helped raise him too also gets killed. So he basically and this is all in the Old West. I should add, this is all in the Old West. So the gorilla starts like going and like killing all the people who killed his friend. aka 6-gun gorilla. Because fighting a gorilla is already not fair, right?
Yeah.
Just give it guns. Just don't even try. Just fuck it. Right? Just give it guns. I think the only thing that could beat that would be Andrew Jackson.
Or AK orangutan, who is orangutan that has an AK.
Now, you're really getting to this Methan thing, Mike. You're totally original ideas.
God, if I wasn't broke, I'd be super chatting constantly.
What do you call it? Well, we need to do one for Mr. Beacon here. So we got 7 legions. How do we turn that into a parody, or not a parody, a totally original?
Oh, are you talking about Stevenson Lighthouse's 8 armies?
8 armies.
Every time he doesn't even think about it. He's always got it.
Did you say Stevenson Lighthouse?
Yeah, it's a completely different person.
That's an amazing. You know what? I'm hold on. I always do this to Mike. I'm gonna hold on. Mike becomes my guy. Change his name. All right, there you go. Stevenson Lighthouse.
Ah, yes, 8 armies, where 8 literal armies come to invade feudal Mexico.
Feudal Mexico.
It was the year before the Magnificent Seven was supposed to take place.
And there's a Quetzalcoatl.
Oh,
Some guy fell on a pigeon and it got stuck to his back.
and that's Quetzalcoatl.
And another guy is he's half chupacabra.
Yeah.
We're not sure which half.
There was this guy. See the thing is, the 8 armies are from the future, right? And see, that's the thing. The whole. You're gonna like this. There was this guy named Monty, right? And he's kind of a dickhead, and he liked to play that puzzle game Zuma. And but he also polluted the water, so everybody get the shits. So it was Monty Zuma's Revenge, but it kind of got put together in one word after a while.
Well, no, he poisoned the water because somebody ruined his game of Zuna.
Yeah, he
So
was.
it's
He
Monty's
almost had a
Zuma
perfect score,
Revenge.
and he's like, "Fuck
Yeah.
this, kill these natives." Change the course of history, fuckers. Like, the Azteci Spaniards were going to be like, a super race, and he ruined that because they all have the shits.
Yeah, President Cortez the 8th is going to be really, really upset by this.
Monty Zuma.
He was also a known shitlord. He would post a variety of graffiti, such as Cortez did nothing wrong, all over walls, all the time. And you sit there and read and go, I don't know, this seems a little much.
Mm-hmm. He was always just running
Cortez
around.
did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
La raza is always right.
Doesn't the Raza mean the people?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
but it's like, from what I understand, it was the Hispanic concept that that people are. The more Spanish you are, the more Spanish you are.
The more of a real person you are.
Yeah,
Oh.
and you can only be real people if you were Spanish.
Yeah. And then you have like Viva la Raza, where it's like my people live or some shit like that, where it can be done in a variety of ways.
The first time I heard Viva La Raza was Conan
So,
from the wrestler.
first time I heard it was, fucking Kumite. Good old Donga.
But
Tormenting Worski.
that can mean like my I'm God,
My people
'cause
live.
my people live, but it's like it could mean like, oh, my people are still alive, or my people are living it up, like partying.
Ah. It seems like that was like, especially during the the Eddie Guerrero days in WWE. That was like my people are partying would be more
Yeah.
yeah. Cuz they were lying and cheating and stealing, I mean, do you really think do you think Eddie was really down with the whole like, hey, let's be Mexicans and steal and lie and cheat?
I think with how over the top it was, like I want to do that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. I mean, I think the greatest thing I ever saw him do was he had I think he brought in the world title belt. Like he was going to hit the guy with it, but he threw it to the guy and then like fell on the
And
ground.
then he lays down on the ground.
Yeah, and the referee's like,
did you do?
Did you do this? He's like, no.
And then Eddie wins.
Yeah.
I love when he does that with the chair, and he like would slam it down and then throw it,
Yeah.
and the ref would like turn around hearing it.
Yeah. Eddie was a master. Loved it. But yeah, I think the more thinking about it, I think probably the most offensive thing they did was what they did to Chavo with the whole Kerwin White thing.
Yeah.
Just
I agree. Yeah, that's fucked up.
make the Mexican guy a white guy.
Let's give him a caddy. He plays golf. Let's
Mhm.
put him in whiteface.
Yep.
Like, yeah, because Mexicans are evil now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he also do a thing like later on where he was like riding a lawnmower when he was like went back to being Chavo?
Yeah, but he joined the Mexicools, which was Psychosis, Super Crazy, and I forget the third member.
Mm-hmm.
The Mexicools.
Yep.
Yeah, they came out on riding lawnmowers.
Who are the guys that was it like somebody and Unico? They came out on bicycles.
Oh God.
Because I know Unico is like Sin Cara.
Hunico and Camacho.
Unico and Camacho, yeah, and like Unico
Yeah,
is like
and-
he's the current Sin Cara.
Yeah, but he was fuck. Before that, in Mexico, he was another masked wrestler.
Mhm.
I want to say Mystico.
No, Mystico was Sin Cara. That was the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, Mystico was the first Sin Cara.
and he sucked ass. I will never forget. He breaks his finger in the middle of a match, and he's calling for the X. He called for the X on himself, and then fucking Alberto Del Rio comes and beats the shit out of him legit, like because it's in the middle of their match. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Dude, I'm still mad. Like at current WWE because I've been catching up lately.
Mhm.
Fucking Andrade Cien Almas.
Yeah.
He in AAA he was La Sombra.
Mhm.
And he was fucking amazing. And now it's like they made him take off the mask and they
Made him
know.
pretty boy, and
yeah, and
Mhm.
it's just like he was so fucking good.
I've come to determine that the only wrestler who can keep his mask is Ray.
Yeah,
Because
except for in WCW.
well, at WCW, that was like the dumbest idea they ever had because Ray looked like a child without his mask.
Yeah.
Like a literal baby. Like who is this lost child that somebody put in the ring?
Who is the sassy lost child?
No, he wasn't even sassy. That was the thing. He was just he was just boring. My friend used to call him Baby Huey because he was such a baby face looking, And then, like I said, I'll never forget when Psychosis took his mask off and the crowd started chanting, "Put it back on! Put it back on!"
All right. I am getting a drink. Would either of you guys like one? Coke and vodka?
Are you
I've got my sake here.
I was just drinking.
Okay,
Kool-Aid.
so the original Sin Cara was Caristico, and
Okay.
Hunico in Mexico was known as Incognito or Mystico.
Oh, okay.
But then when Caristico stopped being Sin Cara, he took up the Mystico.
Right. Okay.
So
And I think Unico
Full
was also Sin Cara Negro.
yeah,
Yeah.
during that little feud.
Yeah. It was,
And-
it was the Sin Cara Azul versus Sin Cara Negro. Was
Yeah.
Yeah. How was my
Blue
Spanish
versus
on that one?
It's okay.
Like, eh.
I wouldn't book a trip to Mexico anytime soon, but you're all right.
I can say azul and negro.
Don't leave the resort, Pop.
I mean, I try to put, because I remember when I worked in a call center, we had one guy, and he wasn't even he was the only dual language guy we had on the floor, and he was the black guy, and it was funny to hear him talk because he, with the and Raptor, like the inflection when you speak Spanish,
yeah,
like that, you kind of roll the R a little bit, kind of thing, He would, because I would somehow have to transfer him Spanish speaking calls and stuff, and he'd be like, I would hear the first few seconds of the conversation. Hola, yeah, sí, señor Torres, so it's like, of course he said it better than I did, but I was like, so that's what you're supposed to sound. And so
yeah.
All I could say was un momento, por favor. No speaking the Spanish.
No hablas español.
Yeah. No, the funniest thing I ever got, the funniest call? Okay, I worked in a repair center, right? I wasn't a collector. I didn't collect money. All I did was somebody had a repair call, I would take it. Sometimes we had to call back and follow up, right?
Yeah.
Just to see if they, got their satisfied service and stuff like that. So I called this guy. He goes, hello. I'm like, yes, this is, Wayne with Sprint Repair Center. I would just wanted to follow up and see how your service went today and make sure everything's working correctly. I think when he heard Sprint, he thought I was a bill collector. And he goes, I think in a panic, because I don't think the guy was actually Spanish speaking. He goes, no speak English, speak Hispanic. I was like, wait, you want me to speak a nationality?
I remember when I was working at McDonald's back in college, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
A kid came up to me, and he clearly didn't speak English, but he's there with his friend who does.
Mm-hmm.
But he talks to me first.
Right.
And he says to me, do you speak Spanish? In Spanish. And I said, no. And his translator friend is like, what? Oh, your friend's asked me if I speak Spanish. No, I don't. And it took him a minute because he got really confused.
Mm-hmm.
But wait a minute. If you can't understand Spanish, how did you understand him asking if you knew how to speak Spanish?
Yeah.
All I remember. Anybody ever seen Encino Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the Spanish? Remember the Spanish from that? It was the cheese is old and moldy. Where's the bathroom? And he said this to the bully. He said that to the bully in Spanish, and he looked at him like, "What?"
I remember Blue Streak. What was it? Chico El Gato Grande Los Pantalones.
Chico El.
I think that's what Martin Lawrence said, because he told him he was a federale at the Mexican border, and just started shouting random Spanish bits.
So he said something cat in pants.
Luke Wilson tells him you got a big cat in your pants.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got a big cat in your pants. Bitter One says in the chat, "Donde es el banjo?"
Well, it should be Donde está la banjo. Or, no, Donde está el baño.
Okay.
Because that's where's the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
But,
Real quick, it's time for me to take another drink because we just got another backer. We are $75 away from success.
Yeah, 4 hours to go. 75 big ones. Let's go. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let me drink with you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Everybody but me get drunk.
Yeah, I'm realizing this is helping me do better in the streaming.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I don't know if you ever tried this, though. I would definitely recommend it, though. Get some of that cherry-flavored Smirnoff and then just mix it with Coke. And it's just cherry Coke that gets you drunk.
Yeah, let's show these ninja ladies. Hello.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got that concept art finally.
Yeah, that's
Had to resize it.
Yeah, that's That's not suggestive at all, by the way. Just
No, not at all.
no. Nothing's suggestive
By
about that.
no means.
Yeah. I wonder what Edwin would think of this. You think he would cause a moral panic? Because you might, if you angle this correctly, you might see a Pussyonopolis.
How do you think they would feel about Tumblr art?
Oh. How do they?
Oh,
The
I saw
characters?
that. Oh,
No, this is art of somebody on Twitter who is a Tumblr refugee and tells other artists, and I'm doing air quotes.
Oh, right,
now,
yeah.
You can see what they can and can't draw because they objectify women.
Oh, okay.
They chose to post this.
Oh wow.
I mean, let's be honest. It's like, let's go back to, where's that one you did? There you go. This, the doodle you made for the 5-minute doodle,
Yeah.
looks better than, I bet they put hours into this too.
You can
Yeah.
see all the erase. Like they
Mm-hmm.
had a decent leg going at one point. The
Eh,
perspective was weird,
Yeah,
and
then
then
they,
like now she's got like a broken. She's a fucking car crash victim.
and also that the leg gets really fat for no reason.
And then the arm is completely like dislocated.
I was going to say,
and
what's
then-
going on? This arm has 4 joints.
It's like it got cut
And
off,
one arm
and
is
then,
longer than the other.
Yeah.
It looks like one of the arms got cut off, and then they like attached like the middle of the arm,
No, I
the
can
forearm,
tell
to
you
the
what
elbow.
happened. If you look here, the torso was actually bigger at one point. You can actually see it to your waist lines.
Oh, she was plus sized,
Yeah.
body positive.
Yeah, there you go.
Versus clearly suffered from diabetes.
What really bothers me about this, though, is the Tumblr artist thought it was okay to make their character Hail Hitler. Like that's
She's not doing the circle. She's not doing the OK sign.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's trying to, but they can't get fingers done. So it's just like cat paw.
Mm-hmm. And that artist was shaming other artists by saying they could draw better, and then posted that shit.
Yeah.
That's what Yellow Lantern just said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Rule 34 art exactly. This is a. I don't know why. You know what's really funny? I bet because of the hair. See the hair they did up here. I bet they think that's the greatest hair ever created.
It's a bunch of fucking like you can
Squiggles.
see where they erased and they were just making the circles. Like I did
Yeah.
curly hair.
Yeah.
It
Yeah. I did curly hair.
it
Isn't
looks
great?
like she's a sheep person.
It does. And because these sheep look better than that sheep person.
This is a bootleg kimono friend. I'm glad you're proud of this Tumblr person. I'm not.
I have not.
I almost want to do like, I almost want to do like one of those like real artists redraws like a kid's drawing of this and just like draw it exactly as I interpret it
Yeah.
with the arm surgically reattached at the middle of the.
I have a feeling like I used to years and years and years ago. I'm talking about I was like 14. I'm 40 now, so it just tells you how long ago it was. I could draw, pretty decently. I used to like reproduce like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter drawings. Like for things from like magazine stuff because I wanted to hang them on my wall. Right. I was pretty good, but then I got carpal tunnel and had to have surgery, and I kind of lost the ability. But even now with my weakened nerve damaged hand, I think I could still draw better than that. Do I have a pad somewhere? I'll do it right now. I think. Do I have a? Where's my pad? Now I want to do it. Hold on. In fact, everybody, this is drawn quartered. Let's.
What?
Yeah, Mike, get to drawing. What's wrong with you? Mike's gonna
Which
do
Mike?
his- Mike's. Yeah. Stevenson
Stevenson Lighthouse.
Lighthouse. Yes.
All right, let me see if I can do this.
Well, you're gonna do yours in paint, so
Yeah. How'd you know?
I know you. I'm doing mine in pen too, so if I mess up, it's the problem is I'm gonna have to do this, take a picture, upload it to Discord, and then show it to everybody.
Apparently, this whole thing is really taken off with a bunch of different artists, and they're not taking it anymore.
Oh yeah.
Here's one. It's a couple pictures.
Okay.
Apparently, there's a whole thread where she actually, artist actually shows a picture of herself.
Oh no.
Okay, so we're supposed to try and draw that.
Yeah, draw your interpretation
fucking
of
mess.
that. Your interpretation.
Oh, that fucking mess. Oh lord.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna thin it out a little bit here. Well, first thing, hold on. Let's do the actual rough here. I can't believe I'm doing this.
I can't believe yeah.
I can't believe you're not.
What do you mean I'm not?
Are you doing it
don't
right
know
now,
what I'm
too?
doing. You don't know what I'm doing.
You're doing it though, aren't you? Come on.
Am I?
Are you?
I don't know.
You're-
I don't know what I'm doing right now.
That is yes.
I would do it, but I feel like I'd work too hard doing it.
Yeah, I'm just doing it rough. In all honesty.
Like, all you guys are gonna turn in fucking like hilarious memes, and I'm gonna show up with a serious fucking drawing.
I'm gonna do her as like a human centipede style experiment.
Oh no! Oh jeez.
Human sheeptipede.
Like, where does the jacket end and the hair begin?
Who said there's a jacket?
Yeah, that's what are you talking about? What jacket?
I swear it looks like this person's supposed to be wearing a jacket. You can kind of see the erasure lines.
Mm-hmm. You say erasure?
Yep.
Like, as in always gonna be with you?
Always I wanna be with you. Live in harmony, harmony, Excuse me. I don't know where that came from.
It came from Canada, I want to say, didn't it?
Together we'll break these chains of love.
Open your eyes.
So now that we've ripped off War Campaign, we're ripping off the drawn and quartered one now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We're also ripping off. Isn't Yellow Flash ripping them off too?
Yeah, he's doing Drawing Fire. Was it tomorrow night coming on? I think it's tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, I wish I could screen share.
All right. Well, mine's also on a legal pad right now.
That wouldn't be a bad idea for an occasional show. Call it like Doodly Doo, and just bring up random fucking Twitter takes and just draw
that take.
Yeah. There's no artwork in this take. I know. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out this bullshit here. What the fuck is wrong with her tits? Oh, those are goggles, I think.
Yeah, this was supposed to be like a goggle. Yeah. I'm not really worried about the goggle. I'm just worried about like the basic shape.
Where are her organs?
Don't get none.
Sheep don't have real organs.
Yeah. Oh, is this supposed to be a sheep girl? Is that what's going on?
I don't
here?
fucking that's what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
In probably like the worst way.
Yeah. This is not bad.
Hey, to do more stuff. The first of the year, I'm getting a Cintiq tablet.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
I got a cheapo XP pen Deco. It's just one of those plastic slabs.
I
It
got a
works,
Q
though.
on, but I don't use it
Hmm.
because it's fucking awful.
So I'm trying to get better at drawing. I'm doing a lot of stuff with paper just because that's my eccentricity. I do a lot of shit analog
Mhm.
when I don't have to. It just that's my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Also, I feel you can't draw it on paper.
All right, I'm gonna upload mine. Like I said, this is just a rough. I didn't try to do any details or anything like that. I will fully admit right off the bat, I fucked up the the hand on the. I guess that would be left.
You got
on the
nowhere to go
left.
but up, dude.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I fucked up because I was trying to rough it in, and I actually fucked it up. But I'm doing it with pins, so it's whatever. But I still think this is still a better pose than what she was trying to do. It's uploading now, so I will show.
Mine's admittedly a 5-minute doodle, but it conveys the emotion that I'm going for. So, that being abject pain and terror.
It's a huge fucking nose.
Yeah, there you go. Put it up. So yeah, that's my just rough doodle of I think I fixed the pose in all honesty.
I'm just trying to recreate this.
Oh, you're trying to do a recreation?
Yeah. Because it is a fucking mess. Holy shit.
Yeah, like I said, don't worry. The hand on the right side there, I like I said, I admit that I fucked it up. I should have segmented it off to another segment and then formed a hand. But I did. I think you can see I segmented the arm correctly. It's like upper arm, then forearm. Bend in the elbow, and then hand where it should be. Let's see what the chat's saying about this. Nothing.
All right, it's like yeah, there it is. All right,
Oh, you got it in there?
it's loading.
Okay. Oh wow. That's okay.
that is definitely better.
Yeah. You've
At least technically the legs are positioned better.
I like how you just put him in a sheep wool sweater essentially, and
What's wrong with these hips?
Mike, you're worried about anatomy and
I just realized my squiggly lines gave her a bit of a dong bulge. So
well, I mean, are we far off on that? Let's be honest.
Probably not for the artist.
Yeah. So here's my so we got my doodle. We got Beacon's 5-minute drawing
Alert.
to apparently the arm is just going to fall off at any minute. It's funny because you put a little a couple of X's here, and it looks like it's just hanging on, like about to fall off.
they're sort of sewed on there.
Yeah, just like it's going to fall off at some point. Maybe that's not her hand. Wouldn't it be funny? That's not her hand. It's like you should make every piece of exposed skin white except for that hand and make it black. So when she's saying "Why God, why?" she's not mad because it's falling off. She's mad because it's black. By the way, did Micah ever get on Ethan?
Yeah, he's on there.
Okay.
He won't answer any of my fucking shit posts. So
Oh. How dare he? Well, he was on here for a while. It was fine.
I can't believe he big leagued us.
I don't. If Beacon here he said, "Hey, Ethan just invited me on his show. See you later."
if Ethan is actively sniping our stream,
Take us with you.
Yeah. Come subscribe. Should have drawn a car speeding away in the background, like she just got hit by.
Putting a Suzu elf there. Send her to another world where she belongs.
Yeah. Now let's look at the cheesecake while the other boys get their stuff in. How's Seven Legions looking? Literally $75. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Come on. 97%. Ah. Just staring at it like, please.
Sally, what are you doing?
Do it. Come on.
What do you think SJW Skeletor would think of this?
This toxically masculine story of cultural appropriation with anime titties is really pissing me off. That's almost getting funded.
No! Blasted He-Man!
You royal boobs!
You blasted fur coat!
Here you go.
Beast Man, stop shitting on the floor.
Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. What? That's,
It's not a drawing. I got bored.
Okay, well. There it is.
You doing all right there, big guy?
Yeah.
Sure.
You need,
Do we need to have a talk?
yeah, I was gonna say, we
Do you know
have
how hard it was to get eyes from a sheep for this shit?
we've got a good health plan. If you need to talk to somebody.
I can't keep fucking looking. Oh my god.
How's it looking, Mike? Uh-oh.
Listen, I'm shooting for the lowest
Whoa.
bar possible.
Mike!
Oh, wow.
All right, okay.
Oh my god.
I've taken... I'm taking a vote. I've tallied the votes. The votes are in. Mike wins. Stevenson wins.
Stevenson Lighthouse.
Yeah, Stevenson Lighthouse won this one. This is the tiny little waist, and
I feel like mine was the most accurate to what a sheep person is. Accurate,
oh my god.
So, professional artists, join us on a new segment we're going to probably start doing called Doodly Doo, where we draw Twitter takes. Are you better than our well-trained meme smiths?
Yeah.
Well trained. What the fuck?
I mean, we're better than most people.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Myers Twitter certified.
Yeah. I mean, I think, Beacon, I don't think you've ever heard me. I says, when I say about work campaign, I says, for the love of God, use a blur tool. When making their memes, which, their memes are funny. I'm just like, blur tool, please, just blend that up a little bit.
I think I've done like one or two memes for them,
Mm-hmm.
but I never really made it clear who. I always did it anonymously.
Ah, okay. If you live long enough, you will live long enough to see the horrors beyond your imagining. Yeah, it's true. It's very true. So what was I going to say? I was going to say something. I forgot. Oh yeah.
Do you want to shit on Kotaku?
Yeah. What's up? Yeah, I heard Kotaku's like ate shit today. What's up?
Yeah, apparently most of their staff are being fired.
Wow.
And Jason Schreier is like, I don't know what's gonna happen or where I'm going to be soon.
Mm.
Okay,
One
so
more
Kotaku is not going. Oh, congratulations! Yeah,
$50 from the goal.
50
Yeah.
bones. Go.
congratulations!
Go.
Congratulations!
Oh,
Go.
Go.
One more person could do it and
Yep.
get 3 prints
Yeah.
and a Mogwai.
Yeah.
But yes, but Kotaku is not dying. It's just their ownership company is firing all the people that will not stop putting politics into every fucking blog post they put.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's this is the same day Deadspin, the sports version of or sports section of Gawker, basically told everyone to stop writing about politics for sports, to focus on sports. And so the same day this happened, basically the higher ups at Kotaku were just tired of the people under them saying, if you don't like the ads on Kotaku, report them. Here is how.
Oh wow. So they were literally God, what was that op called back in the day?
The letter writing campaign.
Or reporting that to the advertisers and shit.
Disrespectful nod.
Yeah. I said so they were disrespectful nodding themselves.
Basically.
Oh my god, idiots.
They when they were told to stop putting politics in anything, they told the owners of the site, the people that sign their checks, you don't understand. This stuff makes more money.
Yeah.
As they saw, as money is flying out the door every day because,
So, the whole network of websites, formerly known as Gizmodo Media Group, were recently purchased by GO Media. Since the purchase, there's been a contentious relationship between the writers and management. Many of that is highlighted in an article by Laura Wagner. I can drop it in the... I don't think we care enough to actually read another article.
Yeah.
But she was a writer for Deadspin, the sister site of Kotaku. This basically led to Jason Schreier and a bunch of the other big people at Kotaku, and then a bunch of the big people at Deadspin trying to make a union.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing something about that. Yeah.
You can unionize, or you're all just gonna get fired and replaced by some freelancers.
Well, they did make a union, and they created a union contract. And they pointed out that parts of the employee handbook would contradict their union contract. So then the day of the rake came. And now they're all out on their asses because, fucking should have done your jobs. Which, as much as I hate Kotaku, and as much as I hate Jason Schreier, he did actually decent investigative journalism in the past year. But 1 year does not make up for 15.
Yeah. And also the fact...
Remember he got all fucking weirded out and shit all over the fucking Kunkel Awards?
Yeah.
Like, you did a good job. You deserve a fucking, award for it. Lol, I won the Gamergate Award, lol, losers.
What was the other? I was trying to think. There was something. Oh yeah, there was one time. I think it was a year ago, where he was. What was it? He was complaining about something, which Jason Schreier complaining
all the time.
Yeah. I just can't think of what it was. It was something stupid.
What else is new?
Nothing will beat though Luke Plunkett getting dunked on by Kamiya though. That's the absolute. Will go down in history as the most epic dunk on anybody at Kotaku.
I think he cried after that.
I think he did too.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. I mean, like straight up said, he asks him. He says, "I have to ask, did you read the article?" And then fucking Kamiya comes back and says, "Do you eat shit?" Like, ooh, laddie, take that. Just get shit all over.
Or one of my other favorites was the character artist for Dragon's Crown.
Yep.
Replying to Jason Schreier's complaint about like the sorceress's design, where she's like super buxom, or bosom, or fucking busty, however the fuck you want to say. And he like did a drawing of like 3 mostly naked dwarf men. And he's like, "Is this more your speed or something like that?"
Yeah, I remember that
like,
shit.
What's that supposed to mean?
Is that the one where he drew like the dwarf? Yeah, it's like, but he had like a huge donger inside of his pants, and
yeah.
I mean, the thing was like a log. I mean, like a fucking. It was like a literal tree trunk.
Trying to meet him halfway.
Like, yeah, and like. Oh yeah, because he was calling like those characters like Lolicon or something like that. And,
Yes, and that people who liked busty women are pedophiles.
Yeah, it's like the so wait, so you're at this point you're like, wait a second. So the sorceress and the Amazon in that particular game are stacked.
Also, I think the tallest characters.
Yeah.
Big booty, big booty. Or no, it's big breasts and big booty respectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no way anybody would confuse them for underage girls.
Yeah.
No. So
I mean, the elf probably. But
the elf maybe, but nobody was. I don't think. Well, I'm sure there was somebody out there.
nobody
but,
plays the elf.
but yeah,
The
nobody
elf is
plays the
probably
elf.
like
And
800 years old.
yeah, more than likely, it's like actually 5,000 years old.
And probably pissed off the fact that she's.
We are at the
small.
goal.
You made it.
We have made it. I am fully funded.
Yes.
We did it!
Woo! Yeah.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Yeah. I did not think
Chug
Congratulations.
I did not start this day thinking I was going to make it. Holy shit. That is
Congratulations.
awesome.
Yeah. You.
Congratulations.
And now you're going to trend and you're going to make some more money. It's going to be great.
Hell yeah. Now it's on to stretch goal.
Yeah.
Let's get issue 3 funded.
There you go. Just rock and roll
man.
that shit.
Hell yes. Oh, who's getting that Mogwai? Let's find out who that is.
Yeah.
I need to mark that down.
Is getting the Mogwai?
Oh yes. I am going to buy that now.
Oops, I didn't mean to pull up my Twitter.
Let's see. I'm not sure if this is anyone who has a screen who goes by that name. So yeah, maybe one day a backer will come up and say, "What the hell is this? I have no idea what's going on here. Why is there a Mogwai in my comic package?" Or maybe they'll
It won't stop fucking singing at me.
hell yeah.
There's also a Mogwai that are a Scottish post rock band.
Are you getting like the Mogwai Furby thing?
I found a particularly how do I best put this retarded looking Mogwai.
Because this thing, I don't know, man. This thing is kind of special. Like,
Oh. You know, I had to sell those when I worked at GameStop.
Mogwai Furbies?
Yes. Furbies were a big thing during that
Fucking
Christmas, man.
horrifying.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm a cheapskate, so I'm going with something cheap.
I had to fucking train this thing.
Oh Lord.
Because, Furbies, the whole thing was like training them to do things, For some reason, it actually started saying whatever to me. I think Gizmo was giving me some fucking lip. So listen here, you bastard. Well, because the whole joke, remember, was like Furbies look like fucking Gizmo, right? So the company's like, wait, can we get the rights to Gizmo? That would be
They did for that one I posted.
Yeah. I know they did. Yeah, because like I said, I sold them. I sold those. I sold Furbies. I sold Techno, the fucking dog. It was a little robot dog.
I'm just thinking of you selling Furbies and just having the thought of, I'm gonna ruin a child's Christmas by teaching the Furby the N-word.
But then you become an adult and then you realize that
It's a lot of
those
work.
little sons of bitches only have so many words.
Yeah. And I'll be like, nice.
Because it reminds me of that they were banned from the Pentagon because they thought that
They
the
could
Furbies
learn
could get.
secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Was it? You remember when Saddam Hussein bought a bunch of PlayStation 2s because he thought he could install them on fucking missiles?
Yeah.
Because he believed the hype that Sony was saying. Like, what was that one they called the emotion engine?
Yep. And then he figured.
He said it's like all this packed into a console, and he thought he could like convert that into like a guidance system for fucking missiles. I mean, there's buying into the hype, right? But then,
I think that's what the Koreans use for their missile program now.
no, they got PS3s, man. They went with the cell process.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, come
Yeah, they wasted so much fucking money on PS3s, and then PS4 came out.
on. Well, honestly, it'd be better because then the PS4 like have a didn't have a AMD chip in it.
Yeah, it also didn't use the cell processor, which is notoriously fickle.
Yeah, the cell is like the people who know how to use the cell know how to use the cell processor very well.
Yeah.
The fucking Furby thing. Have you guys ever read Skippy's List?
No.
No.
So Skippy's List is a guy who he was in the army.
Mm-hmm.
It's a website from years and years and years ago, but it's 213 things he's never allowed to do in the army again.
Oh, I've read this before.
It's so fucking
and it keeps
funny.
and it keeps getting longer and longer. I don't know
Yeah,
if he finally finished it or
yeah. He at 213. He finally was he was finally moved to like an office job or something, and then his contract or whatever was up, and he left the army.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
So if you get more money, will you keep drinking?
oh no.
I have been.
Okay,
I
because
just noticed we're up to 3,160.
yeah, you actually made more money, so bottoms up. You were gonna be so fucking sloshed.
I told my boss when I was leaving work today, I was like, I'm either going to be too depressed, too hungover, or too tired.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, it seemed like this really picked up when you came over here. I don't know how it was over on
oh yeah,
on Post stream. I don't know
we
how much-
got a few backers on Post.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he seemed like. Oh, by the way, if he asks, Madam Post, if you're watching, Graded Point 5 is just a dig at ourselves.
Mhm.
The whole joke
right.
is that we're low quality. That's the whole joke about we're just low quality stream. Who cares?
Finally
Put the picture back
finally
up of
branded
Edwin in the
mediocrity.
Terminator. That should have been the like fucking Edwin Voyette in the fucking Terminator doing cocaine as you say we're local.
Oh, hold on, let me
That's
get
the
that.
highest quality.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where else you're gonna go and get memes like this. I mean, come on. Like,
War Campaign is too scared to put together something like that. Wow, we could lose 2,000 subscribers.
Hey,
Oh,
Back
that's
another
pure
shot.
memery there.
you got another shot?
Yep, another shot.
See, I told you, man. You're trending. That's what happens. You get that.
Hell yeah.
You hit that spot, and then you start trending, man. Heading toward them
All
stretch
right.
goals, Famalam. Let's go.
Onward
Terminator,
to
move
issue
over.
3.
Yeah.
Onward to issue 3. If I could just give a brief description of what happens in issue 3, they're going to face off with the demons, who are like massively technologically superior.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's going to be a very horror-ish issue, and you're going to find out something about Hiko that sort of connects to what the mystery is behind him.
Yep.
So you're going to find out a little bit. So it's going to be a great issue.
Mhm.
So let's get it unlocked.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, at first, get to 8,000, issue 3. Roll with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
10,000, you get a button.
And we're going.
Get a logo button. 12,000 narwhal print. 14,000 issue 4. 17,000 dog tags. 19,500 Rob Willis print. Is that the
Oh, yeah.
Shinobi Sasquatch guy?
Yep.
Yeah. So there
Yeah.
you go. That if you have not seen Shinobi Sasquatch, that looks amazing.
Oh man. Yeah. And I've got a great idea for him. I just got to give him some more concept art. So.
Yeah. So yeah, 22,000 issue 5. 23,000 bomber patch. See, one guy at least took our idea. Xavier. You notice that? So one guy took our idea. Get a bomber patch.
Yeah, I've got a nice bomber jacket that I can attach that to when I
You
get one.
just stole the jacket, man.
Yeah.
We'll sell the jacket. How's that? We'll sell the leather jacket.
I need to replace the Bigfoot Bill patch that I had on there.
Is he?
Yeah, got it.
Bill's got to go.
Gotta get. Yep, Bill's got to go.
Yeah. Get some real. Maybe one day we'll get you an Operation Mountain Hawk
Hell yeah.
a patch. That's the name of the project that created Carl, by the way.
Yeah.
More lore.
And I also want to take a moment, victory speech. Thank everyone who's had me on their streams throughout this whole process. Adam Post, Adam AF, you guys. I had Ikari. I was on Ikari Press.
That's Antonio Bryce. Anybody who doesn't know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Long box diving, Church of Failure. I've had a few shots tonight, thanks to the backers. So I might be forgetting some, but if I'm forgetting you, thank you too.
Yeah.
Everyone who had me on the stream to help me get back.
You don't forget to do a Twitter post for it too, so everybody knows.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Because I know Murphy did that. He tagged just about everybody who had him on the show.
Yeah.
What's funny is like with Murphy, he literally got funded right before he came on our show. Because Ethan put it on for like 5 minutes, up on his stream. And of course, if Ethan does something, there it is, it's done pretty much. And it was so funny because I DM'd Mike. I was like, you did it. And he said, like, when he came in later, you can ask these guys. He comes in later. He said, yeah, we were eating dinner. And my wife said, did you get funded? Like he wasn't even watching. You were, because you were kind of intently like, come on, like that. He wasn't like, that engaged because he was eating. So he was like, did you get funded?
Dear wife, it appears that I have reached funding.
Dead on impression
of Twitter.
Mike Murphy, by the way.
Let us finish this filet mignon.
Yes. No. You take a very, very light slice of filet mignon and eat one piece, like, that was so good, and then throw the rest away because you're so rich.
That is the most tenderest piece of the filet mignon.
Yeah.
Jeeves, throw the rest away.
Don't even give it to the dogs, because the dog got their own filet mignon. They don't get scraps. They get their own. Highfalutin.
Pussy does not dig through the trash can.
I just can't. I'm just picturing Mike Murphy and Selena being like very, highfalutin. Oh yes, it's some of the common people who helped us all the way.
Yes.
Had a good time. So yeah, there you go. Tell Adam Post. He was talking about what's graded 0.5 mean. Graded 0.5 means funded.
Yeah. Graded 0.5 means funded, bitch.
Yeah. You added that. I didn't say that.
I can't. Wow. Why would you disparage somebody like that, man? That's not cool. That's not what this show is about. Show the picture of Edwin in the
This
Terminator.
is about positivity, guys. It's about positivity.
I have no. You mean this one? You mean this picture?
To be fair, so far everybody we featured have been funded, so far as I can tell. I'm missing.
Trying to think. I think only one person didn't make it.
Road Warrior Dre.
Yeah, and that was like not his fault.
Yeah.
That was. I told Micah online the other day. I was like, "Isn't it funny?" I was like, he tried to close his campaign and he couldn't. It wouldn't let him close his campaign. And I said, and Al wanted to extend his campaign and it closed his campaign. I was like, I think we can all agree. We like Indiegogo as a platform, right? But we need better people at the switches.
Oh yeah.
Kind of upgraded. I don't know if Simon has even gotten his money yet. I know that was an issue.
I know, yeah.
Like, it's been going on like 4 or 5 months, and he still hadn't gotten his like money from his funding. Like, dude, that's ridiculous. But yeah, congratulations, dude. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad.
Yeah.
This is like the second.
Man.
Yeah, this is like in the last couple of weeks, you're like the second one who's been either funded right before or funded while on the thing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Meow.
Oh
So-
man. Yeah.
How does it
I
feel?
started this day.
How does it feel to kind of like how Umbrella guys? I want to. How does it feel to be a pro now? You're a pro. You are officially a pro.
Oh fuck! Now I gotta fulfill.
You mean this wasn't a
Where's my
cash
book,
grab?
man?
Damn it!
Where's my book, man? It's been
Well,
5
now
minutes.
you understand. You get to
Yeah.
Where's my
see the
frog book?
scans.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
So
of all the people in the in this group right now who helped fund it, starting tomorrow, every day we're gonna say, "Where's my book?"
Yeah, where's my frog book?
Yeah. wait. I don't sell frog books. You sell
But,
books.
And one thing about the release date, if anyone's saying, "Oh man, it's not going to be until July," that is worst case scenario. That is if we fund all books and there are delays.
Mhm.
So
I believe, yeah. Because I know Murphy mentioned this, and I think a lot of people taking it to heart. Like, I think it was John Malin who said, like, if you think you can fill in a certain time, add 3 months to it or something like that, just to err on the side of caution. So if you do better than that, fine, but you'll have that padding to.
You're doing the Mr. Scott. Add a couple days onto your repair estimates. That way, when you get it done early, you're a miracle worker.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like, not only was he on time, but he was early. He's like, yeah, early.
Hey, Captain, I'm going to tell you it's going to take at least 7 hours, but I'll have it done for you in 2.
It's like,
and I've got
Uh-huh.
I've got Pablo and Henry both working on pages. So I got them paid and they're getting to work. So
there you go. There you go.
I'm probably gonna put out the call tomorrow to everyone who backed the drawn in tier to get their pictures in. So
They can get into the mix. Yeah.
One thing I have been forgetting to say, if you did back the drawn in tier, that's going to be one that's going to be tough to refund because you're getting drawn in, so the artwork's already going to be in process.
Yeah. You kind of can't like just say take me out, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, you could. That's what Franz Ferdinand did.
Here's some more pictures of Edwin and his Terminator. Staring down.
If anybody else wants Edwin and to put together pictures of Edwin and the Terminator,
Complete saga.
and just put those together and send it to @graded.5 on Twitter.
Yeah. I honestly want that meme to take off. It's just Edwin and the Methanator, hanging out.
I love that the Terminator has fucked up teeth.
That one always gets me. It's the teeth on this Terminator. It always fucks me up. Like, what the fuck is going on with his teeth? Well, meth does rot the teeth. I mean, I guess even super titanium alloy teeth. Like.
Isn't that just Arnold's teeth?
I think so.
Another shot.
Oh.
It's not that somebody backed. He's just tired of hearing us.
Oh yeah, he's like, well, I'm done.
Pulls out a guitar, starts playing one.
I already got the day off tomorrow. I'm gonna get good and tight.
I've explained it to my boss.
Yeah, my boss. He understands. He knows what's going on. He knows what this is. He wakes up. Michael wakes up tomorrow and he's like at 6 figures. He's like, what the. God, you would have no liver if that happened. you wake up
the bottom shelf barrel of tequila.
You wake up you wake up the next day and your liver's just fucked off. It left. Like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. You're too much for me, fam.
I can't take this abuse.
He's actually hooked your what was your liver has now been hooked up to like a septic tank truck. It's just to flush all the toxins that you put in your body. God, you imagine, like I said, can you imagine having to take a shot every time if you got 6 figures? You had to take, like, oh, for fuck's sake. There's not a liquor in my town.
But one thing I will say, if we do reach 100,000, I'm going to get the Seven Legions logo, the Seven Legions title art. That's a tramp stamp on my lower back.
There you go. If anybody wants to see the Seven Legions logo near Michael's back hole,
get me to 100,000.
Get him to $100,000. Make it happen.
So Duncan and Taylor Company Scotch starts at $2,300 for an entire barrel, which will fill 70 bottles, or company sells two sizes: octaves, which are 70 barrels, and or 70 bottles, which is the big barrel, and quarter cask, which will fill 150 bottles. The price does not include shipping and taxes, but yeah, you might have to contact Duncan and Taylor Company.
I'm not gonna lie. The concept of buying Scotch by the barrel or the cask that does intrigue me.
I literally, I googled what is the biggest volume of alcohol you can buy at once, and it's just Duncan and Taylor Company Scotch by the barrel. It's like, okay,
they know and they got your back, fam.
How I got to ask how much?
For the barrel?
Yeah.
It starts at $2,300.
Oh.
What's the age on it?
Yeah.
5 years.
That's not bad.
No.
It's not bad.
How much for at least a 12-year-old bottle?
They don't have that listed.
I mean, I would like to get some for Cecil. I think that would be interesting. So here, Cecil, here's a barrel. Here's a barrel of fucking Scotch.
Local man
I
found
gotta buy a barrel and then I gotta age it the rest of the way myself. I'm ready to drink now.
At that point, I was just saying, if Beacon got to 100,000 and had to drink that much Scotch, I think he would just ferment himself.
No, just like, for 5-year-old Scotch, man. That's
Look,
gonna buy some fucking Jack Daniels. You have the kind of burn you're gonna get.
Well, the point is,
the
point is to fulfill your word is that you would take a shot every time you got a backer, right?
Yeah.
You need as much Scotch. The quality doesn't matter at that point. You just need a lot.
Listen, the quarter cask literally fills 150 full bottles.
I got more backers now.
I can see. I can tell you're feeling it too. You're like,
you can slow down. You guys can slow down.
Please, fam.
Stop.
He's just trying to celebrate his good fortune. We're sitting here trying to kill this man with alcohol poisoning.
I'm starting to wonder if Ethan is like showing your book.
So clearly, what we do is we get him like a whole cask of MD 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some Night Train.
How about just get fuck it? I'll just get the man some Ripple. Give him some Black Man booze.
So I found Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select Whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
So it will fill 240 bottles. It is $9,000.
Oh, that's all.
But you have to go to Tennessee and pick it up yourself. They don't ship it.
$90,000.
$9,000.
Oh.
That is correct.
Oh, sorry. I was checking to see what they were talking about. I didn't know if they. I said I'm trying to explain these new backers. What's going
on? There's also a place called Tut Hill Town. This Hudson Valley, New York boutique distillery sells 3-gallon casks of its whiskey. It yields 18 to 27
I'm
bottles.
sending him a super chat to know the shit out of him.
It can cost between $664 to $996 for essentially 18 to 27 bottles.
For once, I would say if you're going to do a super chat, just say, hey, just letting you know, Michael Beacon's 7 Legion has hit funding. If you could check it out.
You're a coward. Show RoboFrog and Iguana.
Oh no, don't say that.
Or Robotoad.
But say that. Then say like the more backers you get, the more he'll drink.
And then tell Micah. Tell Micah to show the picture of Edwin Boyette in the Terminator doing it.
7 Legions has hit funding.
Let's see. I wonder if Cat and Nig own thing. All right, so Wild Irish Rose, which is described as a foul conspiracy by the Republicans to kill the homeless.
Why am I laughing?
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the chat of Ethan's stream, and somebody was saying because Doug is like they got his picture of Doug just looking kind of smug on there, and it says, "Is he doing Kegel exercises?" Do y'all know what Kegel exercises are? I just want to.
Isn't that like flexing your vagina muscles?
Yes. That's exactly what it is. It's strengthening your vajayjay muscles.
It does wonders, so let me tell you.
Yeah. Just a little like flex of the front hole.
Okay. Bacon 7 Legions has fit funding. Micah, show the picture of Edwin and the Terminator. Also, Ethan, when are you coming on Graded Point 5?
You're gonna keep asking. He's gonna hate us.
He said he would come on our show, and yet we are Ethanless.
The boomers got to get a Discord first.
You know what? For that, I'm gonna stream snipe for a minute. Hold on.
Telling a guy like Edwin, who's just a construction dude, a simple construction guy from Hawaii, to suddenly
Did you already drop the
Mars,
chat,
go
or
fuck yourself?
It's processing
Edwin
now.
wanted more.
Okay.
You know that Edwin wanted more. He wanted to be somebody with power. That's what he gets.
So yeah, here
off
we
on.
are
He
watching
gets off on that
this
power
stream.
from being the spokesperson for the community, making the decisions, deciding who
Make sure it's stream
goes.
sniping. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that the guy who's preaching persecution is on a hoverboard. In front of his
Process, you
man.
bastard.
Fast tonic wine is a caffeine.
There goes.
Where's Elliot? Where's Elliot Fernandez?
He's like fucking-
suffering with you. He's suffering persecution, he thought, with you. Where is he? Where's his big campaign? Where's his reward at the end
He
of
was
the
forgotten.
rainbow?
He was forgotten.
she's
he was
off.
left alone. Doom Kickers got absolutely
Yeah,
no
I see the
promotion
chat.
from Mr. Duck to Naples.
I just scrolled back just so
what?
people
If
can
there
see.
was no volume on this,
You
I
spelled
thought I
Edwin
would
with a
think
Y.
this was the level of persecution.
Edwin.
Oh, sure.
Edwin.
I know some Edwins, and they're all Edwin with a Y.
Well, not that Edwin.
He's just telling his followers why it's okay for them
That we
to
are
throw
asking why.
themselves into all sorts of trouble, taking all sorts of inappropriate bad actions. Don't think that Mike sent that
just-
frog on his own. Mike does stupid stuff, but I haven't really
Somebody
seen Mike do
in
hateful.
Ethan's chat, gays can't ride Doug's hoverboard.
You think that was Doug?
I don't think that these guys blink unless.
Man, when
Doug says-
when I started doing this comic stuff, I was like, man, one day I could be on the on stream with the guy who made Earthworm Jim. Now it's like I don't want to be anywhere near that guy.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, literally, if I saw Doug TeNaples, I'd go the other way at this point. You know?
I'd leave the room.
I would do, guys, I would do, God, what's her name? Who was that chick, geek girl chick who was like, big during the early 2000s? Geek and Sundry girl.
You know,
Lord.
this poor,
redhead.
poor hobo, right? Kelsey
Well-
Shannon. I mean, he just appeared in the chat. I don't know what else.
Oh God. Shit, Amanda, Morgan.
No, that was Morgan Webb. I was about to say Morgan Freeman.
You think he'd encourage a guy who typed in the chat, "I love pussy"?
Yeah. Well,
I'm trying to think of. Oh God, what was her name?
Kelsey's a super talent, and if he
She was on that show, The Guild.
one or more of our
Felicia.
I'm sure
Felicia
Day?
Day. That's it. Felicia Day.
That's it.
You remember her saying that she would go across the street if she saw a gamer?
at
Yeah.
Yeah, she would just cross the street. I would cross the street if I saw a Doug.
people that are attacking
I'm just leaving. I can't deal with a Doug. Why is a 6'8" man on a fucking hoverboard?
And I think what you see is Doug trying to protect his human assets.
What is that?
Because they want to break that thing.
Well, I think that would be very. Mike, you're a tall person. You're what, 6'5", right?
This is not so cool.
Would you get on a hoverboard?
Yeah.
No.
Because tall people know your balance is up top.
I heard a few things you said. You've worked
And that's not good for something that requires balance on your feet.
also stay on top.
I can't even go on skates.
There you go.
But yeah,
So I've got the balance of a tall person, but yeah, I'm a manlet.
Oh, you poor bastard.
You poor fella. Are you slender or are you kind of? Well, yeah, you're not fat. You're just kind of you're husky, big boy.
People just fucking people over.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like to call people fat because that's rude. But
yeah, I'm. I'd say I'm kind of like Irish build.
Yeah, there you go. You're well built.
Yeah.
It would take a couple of guys to knock you out. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Take a few. All right, let's mute that. I'm sure it's killing my frames. And go back to this. Yep, it dropped frames. I knew it would. But I think this might be a good time to hang it up. We've been going for a couple hours, but let's see. Let's look at one more total. Make sure you got to drink one more time before you leave.
I think I do. Yep.
Yep, you do. Somehow.
One more time.
You somehow made
One more
$4.
time.
I don't know how that happened.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we'll take it. That's a drop. That's another drop.
I'll take it.
Yep.
Another drop in the bucket.
Yeah. Yeah. Another drop into the bucket and another chance to get a liver transplant.
Another punch the liver.
Yeah. That poor liver.
I can't wait. I can't wait for us to get funded, and we're gonna call our artist in the middle of the night. And he's like, "What the fuck, man? I was asleep. Get the fuck to work."
Yeah. we can pay you
paying
now.
you to sleep.
We're not paying you to sleep now that we can pay you.
Oh, congrats! Can I sleep?
No.
No.
What was that? Remember the episode of Futurama? Was it Bender? You know, he became God. He says, "I didn't want to help or hurt anybody or help anybody."
We're thinking about bombing the heretics on your ass who doubt your existence. Well, I can't answer prayers coming from my ass now, can I?
First I was God, and then I met God.
Guy's a lazy bum.
No, he was just pragmatic.
Yeah. He said, "You can't bend on God to do jack."
He told me so himself. Well, it's even in the fucking Bible, man. God helps those that help themselves.
Yep.
Remember, that's
Sure,
what
that's in the Bible somewhere.
Yeah, remember, that's what Jesus said to Santa Claus. I was talking about an episode where Zoidberg was Jesus.
Hmm?
He's like, "Oh no, he's loose. Get him, Jesus. I help those who help themselves."
Oh.
Bender, I need your help. Don't do it. He's pure evil. I know, but I have no choice. You know who's not pure evil? It's Michael Beacon. Fully funded. Got his book. We're gonna get our books. It's not a frog book. It's a samurai book.
Samurai, angels, elves, dwarves on jetpacks. You are going to get dwarf on a jetpack.
Yeah, boy.
Chris Evans, if you are listening right now, you are getting an axe to the face from a dwarf on a jetpack. That is coming.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's a.
Come on. Should we add in Minecraft on that?
Yes, I am literally going to throw a dwarf with an axe on a jetpack at someone.
That's a new wrinkle on dwarf tossing. And they'll be holding this axe.
So we man would have done it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to close it out for tonight because I'm damn tired. I mean, you ever been bone tired where you're just like, "Oh, I don't want to," just you're done. But yeah, so guys, once again, thank y'all, everybody who's watching, who helped fund the book, who watches it later to fund the book. Thank you for Micah Curtis for coming on earlier and having a good little rant session. I think we could all appreciate that. And like once again, congratulations, Mr. Beacon, for getting fully funded.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and your poor liver. But like I said, guys, thank y'all for watching. We will see you hopefully soon. Expect some videos coming up. I got some more to say about some of the stuff we talked about tonight, if you know what I mean. So,
new episode of Dagaruda goes up Thursday morning.
Thursday morning, do a premiere. By the way, do a premiere.
Give yourself something to listen to on the way to work.
Yeah, do a premiere. Those premieres do well. All right, guys, y'all have a good one. We'll see you later, and until then, have a great night, day, whatever. Well, I don't know. I'm tired. Bye, guys.
See you.
Bye-bye.